Most people buy their Switch 2 and leave the store missing 3 things they wish they had in a week. And I'm not talking about anything complicated, these are simple things that most people skip and then regret later, so let's talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about is a Switch case, and honestly, I bought one from day one, before I even thought about taking my Switch anywhere without it. Because without a case, I was genuinely scared of dropping it, scratching it, just having something go wrong. When you travel, you have a ton of stuff in your bag, and just throwing your Switch in there unprotected is really not a great idea. You spent good money on it, so why risk it? The case I have is a pretty simple one, but it does a good job protecting the console. This will save you money in the long run, so it's definitely a must-have accessory that you should buy from day one. A lot of Switch cases also come with built-in storage for cartridges, and if you're okay with that, you don't need to buy a separate cartridge case at all. But I personally decided to keep them separate. I wanted my console in one case and my cartridges in another. It just felt cleaner to me, like everything has its own place. Which brings me to the second accessory, a case for cartridges, and honestly, buying one wasn't even something I planned. I found mine by accident. I was in Austria, went into a store just to pick up a new game, spotted one on a shelf, and it was cheap, so I grabbed it. Best impulse buy I've made. Cartridges are tiny and you can lose them so easily. You can also scratch them, and carrying games in their original boxes just doesn't make sense when you travel. They take up so much space. This little case fits way more cartridges and takes up way less room in your bag. Definitely a must-have. The last accessory I want to talk about is the Pro Controller for the Nintendo Switch 2. The main difference compared to the Switch 1 Pro Controller is that this one has 2 programmable back buttons and a C button for game chat. But the feature I personally use the most is the GL and GR back button remapping. You can assign any input to them directly mid-game, without extra apps or a PC. I use this a lot because I've always had trouble reaching the D-pad comfortably while playing. So in games where the D-pad is important, I just assign those actions to the back buttons instead. And the best part, the Switch remembers your setup for each game separately, so you only have to do it once per game. It's a small thing, but it genuinely changes how comfortable the experience is, especially in longer sessions or games with a lot of inputs. Now, the Pro Controller is definitely on the pricier side. It's around $85, which is not cheap. If you don't want to spend that much, a third-party controller is a completely valid option. Just keep in mind that you lose some perks, like being able to turn on your console with one button. One more thing worth mentioning, the official controller still has digital triggers instead of analog ones. If that matters to you, for example, if you play a lot of racing games, a third-party controller with analog triggers might actually be the better choice. And that's it. Those are the 3 accessories I think every Switch 2 owner should seriously consider. A Switch case to protect your console, a cartridge case to keep your games safe and organized, and the Pro Controller for a much better gaming experience. The case and cartridge case are both affordable and easy decisions. The controller is an investment, but if you play a lot, it's absolutely worth it. If you bought your Switch 2 without any of this, no judgment, but fix that. Start with the case. Seriously. See you in the next one.